Have you ever wondered if the man in your life is serious about you, or if he's just enjoying the moment? Sometimes, it's easy to get caught up in sweet words, casual dates, or romantic gestures and think, he really loves me. But actions don't lie. A man who wants a future with you doesn't just flirt, compliment, or show up when it's convenient. He builds, plans, and invests in ways that go far beyond the surface. And the truth is, you don't have to guess or overthink. There are clear, unmistakable signs that reveal his intentions. The kind of man who envisions a long-term partnership with you is different. He thinks about us, not just me. Every conversation, decision, and gesture is filtered through the lens of the future he wants to create alongside you. He doesn't just say he's committed. He shows it in subtle ways that, over time, become impossible to ignore. It's in the way he includes you in his plans, consults you before making big decisions, and talks openly about life together. It's in the little sacrifices he makes without hesitation, the consistency he shows in actions and words, and the emotional energy he invests to strengthen your bond. These are not one-time moves. They are patterns, habits that quietly but profoundly signal that he's serious. You'll notice it in the way he introduces you to the people who matter most to him: family, friends, colleagues, because if he sees a life with you, he wants you integrated into every part of it. You'll see it in the way he supports your dreams and ambitions, listens deeply, and prioritizes your happiness alongside his own. Even mundane things, discussing finances, planning vacations, or considering where to live, become opportunities for him to weave your lives together. These are all markers of a man who isn't just present for the fleeting romance, but is building something real, lasting, and intentional. Understanding these signs isn't just about reassurance. It's about clarity. Recognizing the moves a man makes when he truly wants a future with you empowers you to make informed choices about your own heart and your own life. It separates the temporary from the enduring, the casual from the committed. And as you pay attention to these behaviors, you start seeing patterns, the subtle hints, the consistent gestures, the future-oriented thinking that distinguish a man ready for partnership from someone who's just passing time. In the next few minutes, we're going to break down 15 specific moves men make when they genuinely want a future with you. From the way they talk, plan, and invest emotionally, to the way they integrate you into their life and think in terms of us, every move tells a story of commitment and intention. By the end, you'll not only know what to look for, but you'll feel empowered to recognize authenticity, trust your instincts, and understand when a man is truly envisioning a shared life. Because when a man wants a future with you, his actions speak louder than any words, and once you know what to watch for, you'll never have to guess again. 1. He talks about us instead of just himself. When a man wants a future with you, his conversations naturally shift from being self-focused to being about the two of you as a team. He doesn't just talk about his day, his plans, or his achievements. He frames his thoughts with we and us. For example, instead of saying, "I want to buy a new house," he might say, "I want us to find a home that suits both of us." This subtle linguistic shift shows he's mentally and emotionally investing in the relationship long-term. It's not about manipulation or charm. It's about vision. Men who genuinely see a future with their partner imagine life together, including shared experiences, goals, and challenges. He will likely ask for your opinions, consider your dreams, and talk about plans that involve both your needs. Even small day-to-day decisions will reflect this mindset. From choosing vacations to weekend plans, he consults you because your preferences genuinely matter. This behavior demonstrates emotional maturity and a desire for partnership rather than temporary companionship. Importantly, it signals stability. A man who sees us is already thinking beyond the immediate moment, planning steps that strengthen the bond. Over time, this habit becomes consistent, revealing that his commitment isn't just in words but woven into the way he conceptualizes the future. Recognizing this can help you distinguish between someone casually interested and someone who's ready to build a meaningful life with you. 2. He includes you in his long-term plans. A man who envisions a future with you doesn't keep his long-term goals to himself. He actively includes you in them. Whether it's career aspirations, relocation possibilities, or lifestyle changes, he speaks about them in ways that involve your input. For instance, if he's considering moving to a new city for work, he will discuss how it might affect your life, your career, or your happiness. This inclusion reflects a deep level of respect for your voice and shows he values your perspective on major life decisions. He doesn't see you as an accessory to his life, but as a true partner whose opinions matter. Even when plans are not yet concrete, he talks about them hypothetically. Imagine if we, or would you want us to? This indicates his mentally integrating you into his future, not just entertaining the idea but truly visualizing your presence. Beyond practical matters, he also includes you emotionally. He may share his dreams, fears, and aspirations, seeking your input or emotional support because he trusts you to understand and influence the outcomes. Over time, these discussions aren't fleeting. They become foundational to how he approaches decisions. The man who genuinely wants a future with you treats planning as a shared activity rather than a solo endeavor. His consistency in doing this demonstrates that his intentions are genuine, long-lasting, and deeply rooted in partnership. 3. He introduces you to his family and close friends. Introducing you to the people who matter most in his life is one of the clearest signs a man wants a future with you. Family and close friends are often a man's inner circle, and he will not invite just anyone into that space lightly. By including you, he signals that he sees you as an important part of his life, someone he envisions alongside him in both daily and milestone moments. This introduction is not just casual. It often carries unspoken significance. Meeting family and friends allows you to observe his world, but it also demonstrates that he wants others to accept and acknowledge your presence in his life. Men who avoid this step may not be ready to commit fully, or they may keep their relationship compartmentalized. In contrast, a man who takes the step of making you known to his inner circle is already thinking long-term, envisioning shared holidays, events, and celebrations. He may also seek approval or advice from these close individuals, showing that he values their perspective on someone important to him, yourself. This gesture reflects trust, seriousness, and a willingness to merge your lives, not just emotionally but socially. It also signals stability, as he is proud to have you in his life and wants that recognition from those who are most significant to him. This act is both symbolic and practical, marking the beginning of your shared journey as a committed couple. 4. He makes big decisions with your opinion in mind. A man who wants a long-term future with you doesn't make significant life choices in isolation. Instead, he actively seeks your input before taking major steps, whether it's about moving cities, career changes, financial decisions, or even lifestyle adjustments. Your opinion is not just a formality. It is genuinely weighed and incorporated into the final decision. This behavior reflects respect, trust, and the understanding that a shared future requires collaboration. When he consults you, it indicates he sees you as an equal partner rather than a passive participant in his life. You might notice that he frames decisions as discussions rather than directives. I was thinking of doing X. How do you feel about it? Or would you prefer if we approached it this way? This mindset ensures that your goals, comfort, and happiness are considered alongside his. It also reduces potential friction in the future because decisions are co-created rather than imposed. Importantly, this doesn't mean he hesitates or lacks confidence. It means he understands that a life together involves compromise, planning, and shared responsibility. Over time, this habit becomes a defining pattern, signaling that he truly values your perspective. Recognizing this trait helps you understand that his intentions are not superficial. He's already mentally aligning his life with yours, prioritizing teamwork over unilateral choice. 5. He talks openly about commitment. When a man envisions a future with you, he doesn't shy away from discussing commitment. He talks about long-term possibilities, relationship milestones, and the values he holds in a partnership. This openness is not about pressure or expectation. It's about clarity and honesty. Men who genuinely want a future with their partner address questions like exclusivity, shared responsibilities, and even life goals without hesitation. They use conversations about commitment to gauge compatibility and ensure alignment rather than to intimidate or control. You may notice that he brings up topics like moving in together, marriage, or shared financial planning naturally over time, and he does so in a way that encourages dialogue. His language often includes future-oriented words like together, we, and us, indicating he's mentally projecting the relationship forward. This behavior demonstrates emotional maturity because he understands that lasting partnerships require mutual understanding, trust, and planning. It also reflects confidence. He doesn't need to hide or avoid serious discussions because he believes in the relationship's potential. Open conversations about commitment allow both partners to navigate expectations clearly, reducing misunderstandings. Recognizing this behavior is a strong indicator that he's not just interested in the present, but is actively investing in a life that includes you long-term. 6. He prioritizes your happiness consistently. A man who truly wants a future with you doesn't only care about his own happiness. He prioritizes yours consistently. This goes beyond occasional gestures or romantic surprises. It's a pattern of behavior that reflects genuine care and consideration. He notices the small things that make you happy, whether it's supporting your career, celebrating personal achievements, or simply being attentive to your emotional needs. He invests time, energy, and attention into understanding what brings you joy, and he actively seeks to create moments that enhance it. Importantly, this prioritization is consistent, not sporadic. He doesn't only make an effort when it's convenient or for appearances. It's embedded in the way he approaches the relationship. Actions like helping with challenges, listening when you need to talk, or going out of his way to make your day easier reflect long-term intentions. This behavior also indicates empathy and emotional intelligence, as he is tuned into your feelings and needs. By consistently putting your happiness on par with his own, he demonstrates a partnership mindset, signaling that he envisions a life where both your joys and struggles are shared. Recognizing this consistent effort is a strong sign that his intentions are genuine and forward-looking. 7. He shares his finances and future goals. Financial transparency is a key sign a man wants a future with you. Men who see a long-term partnership don't hide their financial situation. Instead, they openly discuss budgets, savings, debts, and investments. Sharing finances is more than practicality. It reflects trust, honesty, and a willingness to merge life plans. Alongside money, he will also share career ambitions, personal goals, and lifestyle aspirations, often framing them in ways that include your input. For instance, he might say, "I want to save for a house, and I'd like us to decide together how to approach it." This openness demonstrates that he's planning for a shared future, considering both your needs and dreams. It also shows responsibility. He understands that long-term relationships require transparency and accountability. Men who avoid these discussions may be hesitant to commit or lack the foresight needed for shared life planning. By contrast, a man who willingly shares finances and goals signals that he values you as a partner, not just a romantic interest. Over time, this creates alignment, ensuring both of you are moving toward shared milestones and ambitions. It's an essential step in building trust, stability, and a life together. 8. He plans vacations or experiences together. A man who wants a future with you thinks beyond everyday routines and plans meaningful experiences together. Vacations, weekend getaways, or shared hobbies are not just about fun. They are about creating memories, bonding, and envisioning life as a team. He doesn't treat trips or activities as optional. Instead, he includes you in the decision-making process, asking for preferences, timelines, and comfort levels. Planning experiences together demonstrates foresight and consideration. It reflects that he wants to invest in moments that strengthen the relationship and foster intimacy. Moreover, it shows he is comfortable sharing his time, energy, and even finances for shared enjoyment. Men who shy away from joint planning may be uncertain about long-term commitment or may avoid integrating your life with theirs. Those who prioritize shared experiences are mentally rehearsing life together. They imagine holidays, anniversaries, and milestones as a duo. Beyond the physical planning, this behavior also fosters emotional connection, trust, and teamwork. It indicates that he values your presence in meaningful life moments and wants to create a shared history. Recognizing this habit signals that his intentions are long-term, rooted in building a life full of shared joy and memories. 9. He supports your dreams and ambitions. A man who sees a future with you doesn't compete with or diminish your goals. He supports and champions them. Whether it's career advancement, personal development, or creative pursuits, he encourages you to grow and succeed. This support can be practical, like helping you find opportunities or resources, or emotional, like listening, celebrating milestones, and boosting confidence. His interest in your ambitions reflects respect for your individuality and a desire to see you thrive. He understands that a healthy partnership is not about merging lives at the expense of personal goals, but about creating a space where both partners flourish. Men who are serious about the future actively integrate your aspirations into shared plans, ensuring that long-term decisions accommodate your dreams. For instance, if you want to move cities for work, he considers how to make that feasible for both of you. This behavior indicates emotional maturity, empathy, and a commitment to mutual growth. Recognizing a man's consistent support for your ambitions is a strong sign that he is invested not only in the relationship but also in your personal fulfillment, which is essential for building a sustainable future together. 10. He communicates honestly about the future. Honest communication about the future is a hallmark of a man who wants a long-term partnership. He openly discusses expectations, fears, and aspirations, creating clarity for both partners. This honesty is not just about big topics like marriage or children. It also includes small but significant issues like financial planning, lifestyle preferences, or career moves. By speaking candidly, he minimizes misunderstandings and ensures alignment, demonstrating maturity and foresight. Men who avoid these conversations may be uncertain, evasive, or hesitant to commit. Those who engage in honest dialogue view the relationship as a partnership, requiring transparency and collaboration. Over time, this builds trust and confidence, as both partners feel secure in their shared vision. A man committed to long-term plans frames discussions about the future with inclusivity, seeking your input and showing that your perspective is essential. Recognizing this pattern is crucial. Consistent, transparent communication signals that his intentions are genuine, rooted in planning, and emotionally invested in a life together. 11. He shows consistency in actions and words. A man who desires a future with you demonstrates consistency in both his words and actions. It's not enough to promise commitment. He follows through, showing that his intentions are reliable. Whether it's keeping plans, responding to your needs, or supporting you emotionally, he maintains alignment between what he says and what he does. This consistency builds trust, which is essential for long-term relationships. Men who are inconsistent or unpredictable may create uncertainty, signaling a lack of readiness for serious commitment. Conversely, consistent behavior reflects emotional stability, responsibility, and respect for your feelings. Over time, his reliability becomes a pattern, reassuring you that he is serious about building a shared life. This alignment between words and actions is often subtle but profoundly impactful, demonstrating that he is mentally and emotionally investing in a long-term partnership. Recognizing this quality helps you identify someone whose commitment is not fleeting but grounded in dependability, foresight, and genuine care. 12. He makes sacrifices without hesitation. A man who wants a future with you is willing to make sacrifices without resentment. This doesn't mean giving up his identity, but it does involve adjusting priorities, investing time, and compromising when needed. Whether it's attending events that matter to you, supporting your family, or making financial adjustments, he acts willingly because your happiness and the relationship matter more than immediate convenience. Sacrifices reflect emotional investment and foresight, showing that he's thinking about the long-term health of the partnership rather than short-term comfort. Men who hesitate or resist compromises may be less ready for serious commitment. By contrast, those who embrace sacrifice as part of partnership demonstrate empathy, love, and a shared vision. Recognizing this behavior highlights a man's readiness to build a life together, one where both partners are valued and nurtured. 18. He discusses living arrangements or shared responsibilities. A man thinking long-term naturally discusses practical matters like living arrangements, finances, and shared responsibilities. He wants to create a life that works for both of you, not just himself. Conversations about household management, chores, or budgeting aren't just logistics. They reflect planning, foresight, and commitment. Men who avoid these topics may be unwilling or unprepared for cohabitation or long-term partnership. Those who engage openly demonstrate responsibility, respect, and a willingness to build a shared life. This behavior signals readiness for commitment, as is already envisioning life as a team. 14. He invests emotionally and mentally in the relationship. Long-term intention shows through consistent emotional and mental investment. He remembers important dates, checks in regularly, and actively listens. He seeks to understand your thoughts and feelings, supporting you during challenges. This level of engagement goes beyond casual interest. It's a sign of dedication and long-term thinking. A man ready for a future treats the relationship as a priority, investing energy to strengthen it. Recognizing this effort shows he's committed to building a deep, meaningful bond. 15. He talks about marriage, kids, or long-term life together. Finally, a man with long-term intentions openly discusses major life milestones. He doesn't shy away from topics like marriage, children, or retirement plans. These conversations aren't about pressure. They reflect honesty, vision, and readiness to integrate your life into his future. Men who avoid these discussions may lack commitment or clarity. Those who engage are planning a partnership that's intentional, shared, and secure. This behavior signals genuine readiness for a life together, marking a man who truly wants a future with you.